Hello, Exile Racers people. How are you? This is the Freak in the house. Like, I'll play some freaky music for you. That's it, because I don't want to ruin the sound. But today we're with the finals of the King Waddle Racing League. And we're so excited because here with me we have Mr. Zeke and Mr. King Waddle themselves. Welcome, guys. How are you?
Yo, how's it going?
What's going on, Freak?
Dude,
Look at all
excited.
these bearded, beautiful men. I love it.
Dude, and I have my perfect brush for the beard. It's like the
It's a very manly brush. I like that.
It's a neo-macho thing. It's like neo-machos are sensitive. We're allowed to be sensitive now. We get to cry and express our feelings and our love and all those things. It's the new style of the neo-macho. Okay, guys, this is the King Waddle League. I know, Zeke, you've been waiting for this. We've been waiting for the races. How do you feel right now? What are your expectations?
Oh man, how many people are in the finals? Is it 8 or 10? 10 people, right?
The final race is 9 people.
9 people. So the race I was part of, I'll just say this now. I was part of a race. The first time I raced was actually with the Freak and King Waddle. And that was my introduction to this. And it was pretty exciting with 3 people on it. So this is 3 times the fun, folks. So we're going to see 9 people on the racetrack. That's going to be pretty epic. So I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, King, the first thing I want to ask you is, the King Waddle League is not an official Exile Racers League. It's like the underground. It's like the dark web of racing. It's where like the meanest, baddest racers meet and compete. I don't know for what. Is it for blood, survival? But why did you create this? Is you're the Lord, you're like the patron of the league. So tell us, why did you create it? How does it run? And shine a light on both of us.
Absolutely. I'll even give you a little more history than that. So King Waddle's Emporium really got its birth from once everyone had opened their keys. We had pilots, we had racecrafts, we had boosters. But when you open a key, you don't know what you're going to get. So people had surf pilots, mercenary racecraft, augmed boosters. So the King Waddle Trading Emporium was born. And I spearheaded the entire movement of, hey, I'll trade you this for that. I'll trade you this for that. I'll get that guy that, and we'll trade. And King Waddle's Trading Emporium is always open. So at any time on Discord, we were having trade meets left and right. So from there, as things developed and racing became more and more commonplace in the EXR universe, King Waddle's Trade Emporium decided to start in the back alleys, the back streets of space, asteroid belts with very little traffic, old forgotten pirate moons, outposts that had long been abandoned. We started an underground racing league. And that racing league is completely community driven. I run it with a couple of assistants. Right now, all we have for tools is the ability to create a race. So I manage the standings, the points, the highlights, everything else off screen, and do it all in the background. We had 21 people join up for season 1. Every person paid 50 glimmer to join, which then created a prize pot of 1,050 glimmer. The first place racer, at the end of a 3-race elimination style battle to the death, takes home 650 glimmer. Second place 300, and the third place 100. The process to get to this point was a 10-week season, at which point you would accumulate points, very similar to how they do it in real-world F1 racing. The top 3 in each pool. So we had 3 pools of 7 because currently the maximum race number is 10. So we could not have more than 10 people in a race. Therefore, 3 pools, top 3 from each pool moved on. It was an incredible season. It was intense all the way throughout, and even came down from pools 2 and 3 to week 10, a huge multi-person battle to get into 3rd place. So what we have now are the final 9, and this is the first of the elimination races. Top 6, we'll move on.
So it's going to be an exciting night, bro. It's like, how far are we? Like, Zeke, what are your bets? Let's look at who made it, who are the final 9. If you agree, let's look at that, and then we make our predictions, because it's not bets, it's predictions.
Yeah, let's go through the pilots one by one.
Okay, perfecto. So I see in the list one name that is Bemtriku, okay? What does he have? What is he racing with?
All right, so this is Ben T. Cruz, what we call racing stack. A stack comprises a pilot, a racecraft, and a booster. Ben T. Crew actually was our season leader. The number 1 racer at the end of 10 races. He holds that title of regular season 1 champion. He races with a surf hauler, who is a hardworking surf. You can see on his face. He's probably spent time in the dilithium mines of Phobos 4. He's driving a surf racecraft, which has seen some hard times, but is now affectionately known as the party bus. And then finally has a booster that maximizes. That is an Exile booster. So
that booster looks serious, man. Looks very serious.
That maximizes his aggression plus 10, which then gives him a very high aggression for the race. As you can see, this is an aggressive driver with a 69. And then his second stat, focus, keeps him in the lead. So he pushes hard, stays in front, and owns the race.
Okay, so who's second, Zeke? Who's the next one in the list? Is it Pakkun?
Pakkun looks solid. Looks like a little bit of an underdog here. Got them focused at 56 and stamina's at 60 though. That's pretty close. This seems like pretty solid overall. Steady Eddie wins the race and we just never know what's going to happen. So I like the look of it. I think this is looking good.
Yeah, let me tell you about Pakkun. Is flying with an augment pilot, and he is piloting a surf craft. So it's interesting because when one has a fully matching stack, one can get boosts, can get bonuses. Pakkun has elected to not take those bonuses and is going with a mixed stack. He supplements this though with a maximum exiled intelligence booster. So you can see Pakkun is the most intelligent pilot in the business with an 80 intelligence.
Next pilot is my friend, the one and only, who's been with us in the YouTube channels throwing stuff at Waddle. It's Gooda Cheese.
I've seen a little trash talking going on. I've seen a little trash talking.
I know that league, that is a dark league. It's underground as you can get.
It is indeed, and only the baddest of the bad racers show up for this league. Gooda Cheese, he's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, thinks he's better than everybody else, but he's flying with an augment pilot, an augment racecraft, and a solid augment intelligence boost. So he is easily the second smartest pilot on the track. He's probably the second most focused pilot on the track, and he's certainly the second, maybe third best handling racecraft on the track. But
Yes,
We're gonna find out who's the first. We're gonna find out like soon who's the best.
and Gooda Cheese will always remain first in my heart.
All right. All right. Little bromance going on.
Zeke, the next contestant with the next racer we got is Chris Beck. What is he wearing today?
This is looking good, man. Tell me about this racer.
Yeah, Chris Beck is piloting with an augment racer who looks to have probably served a mega corporation in some sort of first responder capacity. He definitely has the I'm here with the ambulance vibe going on. He's piloting a very aggressive looking augment racecraft and then a nice solid speed boost. Stats wise, very evenly balanced. He has a solid speed, solid intelligence, solid aggression, solid focus. Chris Beck in the regular season was one of the men to beat. Very often won his pool on a weekly basis.
So next on the table, we got Noido Moro. And whoa, that looks
Look at that handling, man. There's serious control going on here. You got some nice speed going on, got some handling. The intelligence is way up there at 69. That's pretty good. The only thing that concerns me here is the stamina. So you can start the race, but can you finish the race? That's the important thing here to think of.
And here's an interesting thing about Noido Moro. So Noido Moro is coming with an augment pilot, an augment racecraft, and an augment speed boost. But Noido Moro comes from the Web 2 world, not a particular FT collector in the real world aspect. So he gets a little distracted at the beginning of the race and really isn't very heavy on his foot. His acceleration in that craft is the limiting factor, probably the lowest and slowest accelerating craft in the race today.
Oh my God! I'll go my predictions for the Noido Moro because we are converting Web 2 people to Web 3. Dude, is this Ceebs? Is this Ceebs? Nice.
Look at that pilot. God. That pilot is pretty sexy, man. Jeez.
I know.
That indeed, in fact, that pilot is the number one legendary pilot, the number one pilot period in terms of rarity. From an NFT art perspective, Ceebs is one of 3,000.
And Ceebs is a little bit out of focus, like at 55 there. So a little distracted by your own beauty, maybe.
Well, narcissist, kind of narcissist.
Yeah. This is very accurate. This is very accurate because you see the pilot prior to suffering the life-altering injuries, which then forced him into the augment exoskeleton. Ceebs was a very well-known gladiatorial hand-to-hand combat specialist. Ceebs is highly trained in the ancient art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And yeah, he has moved on because after having to be encased in the exosuit, he has moved on to the races. But yeah, he's still a little bit punch-drunk, a little bit of post-traumatic, post-concussion issues.
Hey.
Okay, next, we got one of the coolest ones of racing is GWTFA. So
is this a surf? Is that what I see here?
Indeed. Actually, what you're looking at there is a surf engineer, which is the top of the line. These are prior to their awakening, these were the surfs that were programmed to run the factories. These are the surfs that were programmed to lead mining expeditions to faraway asteroids. He is a top of the line model. And since the awakening of the surfs, has risen in the ranks of racing and leads. He is well known and famous throughout the universe because he typically places high in all known events. This is a superstar.
This is looking like a favorite of mine. I like the look. I like this is well-rounded. The strength is up there. The stamina is there. Stamina is important. That's how I won my race, right? You just got to have that stamina. So I'm liking this one.
Dude, I'm liking Noi. I'm going for Noi. I'm all a Noi fan. Still, we're missing still two more. Right?
The next pilot is my personal favorite.
Yeah, of course it is. Of course
yours truly. This is King Waddle himself.
7-3 speed.
Look at this flex, man. Dude, this is rigged, I think. Maybe a little rigged.
Okay, you're organizing the league and you're racing it.
Of course. Hey, it's back alley.
It's in his name. He's the king. Like
the king does not watch from his throne.
You should be called El Patron or like the Godfather or something like that. Because you're running this in a different way. This is not a king. This is more a patron, godfather kind of way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So,
Okay.
Ah,
Tell us
yeah,
what you got.
as you can see, we are running an exiled augmented pilot who is well balanced throughout his stats. Not quite so aggressive because he's the El Patron. He doesn't need to be. His craft is an exiled augmented space racecraft and already fast enough, but then juiced up with an exiled speed booster.
Nice.
He's good to go.
Okay.
very nice.
There's a bunch of thousands of dollars in this image. So now let's move to the next one because we got ABS and I want to see if I
That's a really nice set. Just the aesthetics of that, really clean. I like that.
do
Yeah,
the artist thing. And amazing.
Abs brings one of the prettiest stacks to the race. Absolutely. You cannot say anything bad about his exiled mercenary. That is one of the prettiest pilots in the universe. He's bringing his mercenary craft and his speed boost, and he's ready to go. Very well balanced. Probably an underdog. When you look at the number of 50s he has in his stats breakdown, definitely an underdog in this race.
He doesn't need to better those stats because he's a model. He can make his life out of modeling.
Just going to attract everybody else with his beauty.
Yeah, it's
Everybody
like-
watching. Oh, look at that.
It's an EXR magazine. That's he can make a living in EXR magazine. Be on the front page of Fortune 500 EXR or something like that. It's a really good looking stack. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Who are Waddle? I'm not gonna ask you. Let's forget about Waddle being white. Zeke, who are you rooting for in this? How do you call it? Elimination semifinal?
Will you bring up our racers again? Can I see that?
Oh,
Let's
I'm
let
gonna
me
read
go
it to
back.
you. I'm gonna read it to you. We have
Okay, let's
Patrico,
do
we
it.
got Pakkun, we got Gooda Cheese, we got Chris Beck, we got Noito Moro, we got Ceebs, GWTFA, some guy called Waddle, and ABS.
CFA. That's who I'm going with. That's my racer here. That is
Okay.
my pilot, my racecraft, and booster that I am betting on. That's the winner here, folks.
I'm going for Noi all the way. So why don't we jump on to the race and start watching? Okay. Is everyone in place? Is everyone are we ready?
Waddle, are you
You're
betting on
ready.
yourself here? Or are you thinking, how you feeling?
You know what? I always bet on myself.
All
I
right,
can't,
fair
you know,
enough.
and as we've seen in our own racing history, that's not always the best choice because on any given day, on any given race day, anyone can win. That's the algorithm for you. But hey, enough talking. Why are we still talking? Let's get
Let's
to
Do this.
Let's get the race. Okay, Noi, here we go. Noi. Noi, Freaking's going for you. Okay. Oh my God.
All right, we're off.
Dude, this is a lot of people. This is
That's a lot of
this is-
people.
Dude.
Ooh, Waddle's out to the early start. We thought that might happen, but Ventrico taking over.
Now,
Look at that. Coming up.
I'm sure you've seen the red contrail. So every time one of those red contrails, that pilot is engaging aggression.
Oh.
Okay.
Then they will do it.
Noi, show me your red. Noi, you're 7th. Go up, bro.
Pakkun is
Slap-
That's
pulling
where the
away.
action's at.
Oh my
The
God,
battle.
that guy.
Battle.
Pulling up.
Good
Let's go.
Gooda Cheese.
Final lap.
Goodness.
Oh, of course I
goodness.
have to pass Gooda Cheese.
Who's
King
third?
Waddle right there. Look at that. Look at that.
No,
Rico and King Waddle.
Then T Crew in second, and King Waddle takes third.
Look at that.
Final 6 are filled up with GWTFA, Abs, and of course, Gooda Cheese.
Dude, Noi didn't make it.
Eliminated from contention are Noda Moore,
Oh,
Ceebs,
dude.
and Chris Beck.
I had my faith in you, brother. What happened?
Didn't happen.
Yeah. Oh my God. This was an amazing race. This was a great race. When are we going to see the next race for this? When is the next elimination?
All right, that's actually a very good question. So the next race will comprise the top 6. So we will have T Crew and Pakkun battling it out with King Waddle and Gooda Cheese, and then Abs and GWTFA. So those 6 will be battling in round 2, which will be coming soon to a YouTube channel near you, likely within the next 3 to 6 days.
Ah, perfect. Can't wait for that. Zeke,
Nice.
you guys made it into the next round. So the next one will be 6 racers.
Yes.
And-
Yes. Race 2, top 6 battling it out for the top 3 to move on, which will then lead to the ultimate final of the 3 best pilots in the King Waddle Racing League Season 1, battling it out for supremacy and the prize pot.
What do I get? What do I get?
Oh, yeah. So whoever comes in first takes home 650 glimmer tokens. Second place, 300, and third place, 100.
Okay.
Very nice.
And
We're
top-
gonna. No,
On
go ahead.
top of all that, they have the glory of being the first ever independent back channel black market racing league champion. That is a badge of honor you can wear for a lifetime.
Yeah, Freak, we're going to let you back another horse. You lost this round, and that's okay. We're going to give you another chance. You can reset and you can choose a different horse. This is okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the underdogs all the way, like all the time. I'll always root for the underdog. So it's certainly I'm not going for Waddle or Gooda Cheese, like all those guys. Nah, probably I'll switch to someone, but I do want the system and the king to be overthrown. So I'm gonna root for the people climbing those ranks of the KWRL mafia. See who takes over. Yeah, it was fun, guys. It was fun. It was amazing.
On behalf of the King Waddle Racing League and the King Waddle Trade Emporium, thank you for joining us today for this race, and stay tuned for round 2.
Awesome. Yeah, guys. Hey, thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up. Stay tuned for the next round. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, you heard them. You saw them. You actually got excited with them. This is the EXR, and this is the King Waddle Racing League, the underground, the ones that move in the shadows, the dark side of the EXR universe. So thank you for tuning in. We will come back with the next race, and have fun, people. See ya. Ciao.